What if you could cut through every fitness trend, every social media workout, every gym myth, and just get the truth? That was the idea behind this experiment. An advanced AI system was fed every piece of available data on muscle activation, movement mechanics, injury risk, range of motion, and real-world results. Then it was asked one simple, brutal question. If someone could only do one exercise per muscle group, just one, which would it be? No preferences, no ego, no sponsorships, just cold logic applied to decades of research, and the answers were fascinating. Some of them confirmed what serious lifters have known for years, and others completely challenged the way most people train. This isn't a list for beginners looking for easy wins. It's a total reframe of how to think about training, built around what actually works, not what looks impressive on camera. Because the truth is, most people have wasted months, sometimes years, grinding through exercises that never gave them real results. Not because they weren't working hard enough, because no one ever gave them a straight answer about what actually moves the needle. That changes now. 12 exercises, one per muscle group, chosen entirely by logic and science. Here's the full breakdown. Exercise 1. Romanian deadlift. There are exercises that inflate your ego and exercises that actually transform your body. The Romanian deadlift is the second kind, and according to the data, it's the single smartest investment you can make in your strength, stability, and long-term athletic performance. When you perform this movement correctly, standing tall, core-braced, hinging at the hips, lowering the weight with full control, something powerful happens. You create deep, precise tension across the entire backside of your body, not just the hamstrings or glutes, but the spinal muscles, traps, calves, and even your grip. Everything in that posterior chain works together. What sets this exercise apart isn't just how many muscles it activates, it's the quality of that activation. The controlled lowering phase forces the hamstrings to stretch under load, and that stretch under resistance is one of the most powerful triggers for muscle growth available. Most people rush through that part. That's where most of the growth actually lives. Compared to conventional deadlifts, the Romanian version places significantly less stress on the lower back because the bar never touches the floor. And unlike machines that force you into fixed movement patterns, this lift allows natural, full-range motion that protects your knees and reinforces joint health over time. It's also a lift that transfers directly into everything else: squats, sprints, posture, and injury prevention. This is a humbling movement. You can't bounce it, rush it, or cheat it. It demands patience and intentional control on every single rep. But once you master it, the carryover to every other lift and to how your body moves in daily life is undeniable. If this kind of content is already shaking up how you think about your training, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. More of this is coming and you don't want to miss it. The posterior chain is covered. Now it's time to move to the shoulders. And the AI's pick here is simpler than most people expect, which is exactly why so many people overlook it. Exercise 2. Dumbbell shoulder press. If your shoulders aren't developing the way you want, the problem usually comes down to one of two things: too much isolation work that doesn't drive real growth, or avoiding the pressing movement that actually builds size and strength simultaneously. The AI's answer for shoulders was straightforward: dumbbell shoulder press. Not trendy, not complicated, but brutally effective. Pressing 2 heavy dumbbells overhead recruits all 3 heads of the deltoid in one coordinated movement. The front, side, and even rear delts fire together, along with the upper traps, triceps, and the entire upper back, working to keep the load stable. That's a massive amount of muscle working in a single, functional pattern. Dumbbells beat the barbell here for one key reason: freedom. Your wrists rotate naturally, your elbows find the path your body wants instead of the fixed path the bar forces, and each side works independently. That independence exposes imbalances immediately. If your left side is lagging, the dumbbells will show you. There's nowhere to hide, and that honesty is exactly what drives progress. This movement also builds the kind of overhead strength that transfers into real life. Lifting, carrying, throwing, pushing, these all depend on the same coordinated force the dumbbell shoulder press trains. And because the movement demands full body tension to execute properly, it develops a mental discipline that compounds over time. You can't press heavy if your core is loose. You have to be locked in from the floor up. Exercise 3. Dumbbell incline press. The flat bench press gets all the attention on chest day. But when the data was analyzed, muscle activation patterns, range of motion, joint stress, and long-term results, one movement came out clearly ahead: the dumbbell incline press. And the reason is straightforward. Most people's chests are underdeveloped in the upper section, the part that creates the full, thick look that actually changes how a chest appears in a shirt or without one. The flat bench alone doesn't build that. The incline angle targets the upper chest fibers specifically, and the dumbbell version amplifies the effect by allowing each arm to move through its own natural path, stretching deeper and contracting harder than any barbell setup allows. The data showed greater muscle fiber activation in the upper chest with incline dumbbell pressing compared to flat barbell benching, with lower joint compression on the shoulders and wrists. That combination means you can train with real intensity week after week without accumulating the kind of joint damage that eventually forces people off the bench entirely. The psychological demand of this exercise is also part of why it works. There's no bouncing, no momentum, no ego lifting, just controlled descent, a real stretch at the bottom, and a hard squeeze at the top where you bring the dumbbells slightly toward each other to finish the contraction. Every rep has to be earned, and lifters who commit to that discipline build chests that look carved, not just temporarily pumped. Exercise 4. Cable rope triceps. Extension. Most people who want bigger arms focus obsessively on their biceps. But here's the reality. Triceps make up roughly 2/3 of total arm size. If your sleeves aren't filling out the way you want, your triceps are almost certainly the reason. The AI's pick for triceps wasn't skull crushers or weighted dips. It was the cable rope triceps extension. And the reasoning is compelling. The cable keeps your triceps under consistent resistance through the entire range of motion. Unlike free weight triceps exercises that have points in the movement where tension drops, the cable maintains load from the starting position all the way through the full extension. That constant tension is what drives continuous fiber recruitment and consistent growth. The rope attachment adds another dimension. As you extend downward and pull the two ends of the rope apart at the bottom, you activate the lateral and long heads of the triceps more completely, developing that horseshoe shape that makes the arm look defined from every angle. And unlike bar-based extensions that force fixed wrist and elbow positions, the rope allows natural rotation and movement, dramatically reducing the joint stress that causes elbow and wrist problems over time. The execution requires discipline. Elbows stay pinned to your ribs. The descent is controlled. The squeeze at the bottom is held until you feel it burn. Rushing through this movement turns it into a shoulder exercise. Done with precision, it's one of the most effective arm builders available at any experience level. Exercise 5. Dumbbell curl. Dozens of curl variations were analyzed. Preacher curls, spider curls, barbell curls, cables, machines. The answer was still the classic, dumbbell curl. Not because it's flashy, but because it delivers on the three things that actually matter for biceps development: activation, control, and symmetry. The human body isn't designed for identical movement paths on both sides. The dumbbell curl respects that. Each arm moves through its own natural arc, which reduces the wrist and elbow strain that barbell curls cause for many people and ensures that both arms develop independently. The dominant side can no longer carry the weaker side through the set. Full stretch at the bottom, peak contraction at the top, and a controlled lowering phase. Those three elements, done consistently, produce the kind of arm development that barbell curling with swinging momentum never will. The dumbbell curl also offers genuine versatility, supinating earlier for more peak activation, using a hammer grip to target the brachialis, or curling with slight shoulder extension to emphasize the long head. These are small adjustments that can be made in real time based on what your body responds to. No machine or barbell replicates that adaptability. Exercise 6. Lat pull down. Back training is frequently misunderstood. Too many people focus on rowing heavy with form that breaks down under load, building thickness without the width and shape that actually changes how the body looks. The AI's pick wasn't a rowing movement. It was the lat pull down with an overhand grip, and the reason comes down to biomechanics. The overhand grip creates a longer lever arm during the pull, which generates more tension through the mid and lower portion of the movement, exactly where lat activation is highest. Research cited in the analysis showed up to 20% greater lat muscle activation with overhand pull-downs compared to other grip variations, including underhand and neutral grips. Beyond activation, the lat pull-down is one of the safer back exercises available. With your torso supported, there's minimal stress on the lower back, making it an effective option even for people who can't handle heavy rowing without spinal strain. The movement demands that you lean back slightly, drive your elbows down and in, and feel the lats contract fully at the bottom. Half reps, or jerking the weight down, eliminates the tension entirely. Grip width and angle can be adjusted over time to shift focus across different regions of the back, making this one of the most adaptable exercises available from beginner to advanced levels. A wide, detailed back changes your entire silhouette. This movement builds it. Exercise 7. Barbell back squat. When muscle recruitment, hormonal response, athletic carryover, and structural strength were all factored in together, one exercise stood above everything else for legs: the barbell back squat. The reasons have been validated repeatedly, and they still hold. A properly executed squat activates the quads, glutes, hamstrings, calves, core, and spinal erectors simultaneously. That's not just a leg exercise. It's a full-body coordination challenge that demands focus and commitment from every system. Full range of motion matters enormously here. Half-depth squatting builds half-developed legs. A controlled descent to full depth, followed by a powerful drive back up, is where the real fiber recruitment and growth stimulus happens. The hormonal response to heavy squatting is also significant. Because of the sheer number of muscles involved and the demand placed on the nervous system, barbell squats trigger a spike in testosterone and growth hormone that few other exercises can match. That response benefits not just your legs, but your entire body's capacity for recovery and adaptation. The squat also demands honesty. Poor mobility shows up immediately. A weak core becomes obvious. Mental commitment is required to get out of the hole under heavy load. That's why some people avoid it, but those who embrace the process and refine the movement over time develop a foundation of strength that carries into every other lift and every athletic demand. Exercise 8. Hip thrust. Squats and lunges build the glutes, but they don't maximally contract them at full hip extension, which is exactly where peak glute activation occurs and exactly where most people are weakest. The hip thrust was designed specifically for that position, and the data makes a strong case for it. With your back against a bench, feet planted, and a barbell across your hips, you drive your hips upward until they're fully extended and your glutes are locked in completely at the top. That peak tension, which squats lose as the hips flex, is where hip thrusts live for the entire working portion of the movement. The result is a deeper, more direct glute stimulus than most compound lower body exercises provide. The setup also creates a controlled environment that eliminates momentum and forces a genuine mind-muscle connection with the glutes. The bench stabilizes the torso. The range of motion is defined. There's no compensating with the lower back or using speed to move through the difficult part. Just direct loaded contraction of the posterior chain's most powerful muscle group. Stronger glutes carry over to everything. Squat depth improves, deadlift mechanics clean up, lower back discomfort often fades, and athletic power in sprinting and jumping increases substantially. The hip thrust is progressive, scalable, and joint-friendly at any training level. Exercise 9, Smith machine calf raise. Calves are consistently undertrained, not because people skip calf work, but because they do it carelessly. A few rushed sets at the end of leg day, partial reps, too much weight, and not enough range. The AI's pick for calves was the Smith machine calf raise, specifically because of the one thing it provides that most calf exercises can't: complete stability with maximum load. Because balance and posture are handled by the machine, 100% of your energy goes into the only thing that actually matters for calf growth: stretching and contracting the muscle through its full range with as much load as possible. All the way down into a deep stretch, all the way up to a full squeeze with a controlled hold at both ends. Calves are built for endurance. They support your entire body weight all day long. To grow, they need real targeted overload that exceeds their everyday workload. The Smith machine makes that kind of loading both safe and achievable. Adjusting the angle of the knee slightly shifts emphasis between the two major muscles that make up the calf, allowing both to be developed within the same movement pattern. Train them heavy, train them slow, and treat them like a main lift instead of an afterthought. Exercise 10, dumbbell shrug. Traps support your posture, stabilize your shoulders and neck, and create the visual impression of power and structure across your upper body. Most lifters train them incidentally, a little activation during rows, maybe a few casual sets at the end of back day. The AI recommended treating them with more intention. Dumbbell shrugs done properly. The dumbbell version allows your arms to hang naturally by your sides, which aligns better with your shoulder structure and protects the joint compared to a barbell held in front of the body. That positioning also allows you to load the movement with serious weight while maintaining precise control. The key is full contraction at the top, not a lazy lift of the shoulders, but a deliberate drive upward, followed by a slow, controlled descent. Zero momentum, hard pause at the top, slow eccentric. Done this way, the upper traps receive the kind of direct mechanical overload that builds real size and functional strength. The carryover is significant: better posture, more stable shoulders during pressing movements, stronger performance on any heavy pull. Exercise 11, plank. In a fitness world full of complex core machines and endless crunch variations, the AI's pick for core development was the plank. Not because it's easy, a properly executed plank is anything but because it activates the core more completely and more safely than any spinal flexion exercise. A plank held correctly, elbows directly under shoulders, spine neutral, glutes tight, core fully braced, activates not just the visible abdominal muscles, but the deep stabilizing layer underneath. That deep layer is what pulls the midsection in, protects the spine under load, and creates the stable foundation that makes every other lift more effective. Repeated crunching motions create disc pressure over time. The plank avoids that entirely while delivering a stronger stimulus to the muscles that matter most. The full body tension required during a plank, lats engaged, glutes contracted, core braced throughout, is what gives it carryover to everything else. Squats feel tighter. Deadlifts feel safer. Pressing movements feel more controlled. The plank doesn't build abs you can see as quickly as other exercises. It builds a core that supports everything you do, which is far more valuable. Exercise 12, farmer's walk. If one exercise separates people who train from people who genuinely perform, this is it. The farmer's walk was the AI's pick for grip and forearm development, and honestly, calling it just a grip exercise undersells it dramatically. Pick up 2 heavy dumbbells or kettlebells, stand tall, and walk. That's it. But what happens during that walk is anything but simple. Every muscle in the forearm fires simultaneously just to maintain the hold. The core braces to keep you upright under load. The traps and shoulders lock in to stabilize the weight. Your cardiorespiratory system gets challenged. And your mental toughness is tested one step at a time. The grip strength developed through farmers' walks is functional in a way that wrist curls and reverse curls simply aren't. It's the kind of strength that shows up during the final reps of a heavy deadlift, during carries, during any situation where you have to hold on under fatigue. The isometric demand of maintaining the hold over distance builds dense, resilient muscle that transfers to nearly every other exercise in a training program. You don't need a specialty gym for this. 2 dumbbells and open space are enough. The setup is minimal. The physical demand is significant. And the results across grip, traps, core, and overall work capacity are among the most well-rounded of any single movement available. 12 exercises, each one selected not by popularity or trend, but by what the data actually shows works. Some of them probably confirmed what you already suspected. Others may have challenged how you've been training. Both responses are valuable because that's how real progress starts. The information is only useful if it changes something. Take these picks, build them into your program, commit to the execution details that make each movement actually work, and give your body time to respond. Training smart doesn't mean training less hard. It means making sure every rep you put in is actually moving you toward the result you're after. What was the idea that made the most sense to you? Drop it in the comments. If this kind of content makes sense to you, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.